right. Morning, everyone. Welcome to a nice 60-minute restorative yoga practice today. If you're anything like me, take a lot of active movements, whether it's running, which I don't do that, but I'm just saying you might run, you might bike, you might lift a bit of weight or anything like that. You're very active, very active, very active. Or maybe you're a yoga teacher or a yoga practitioner and you do a lot of vinyasa, very, moving. It's very nice to take a restorative practice. A restorative practice is very relaxing. The practice basically speaks for itself. You're supported by cushions or blocks. They're over there. I'll grab them in a minute. Or pillows or blankets or bolsters. If you have all those things available, that's where you would go. I bring actual sofa pillows with me because these, I find I like the height, I like the way it feels better. Bolsters are so small, you have to prop them up. You have to do like this fancy hoo-ha to get it all to work out, but that's fine. That's basically what's available out there to even purchase are bolsters, and you make do with what you have. It's never always going to be just a perfect situation all the time, so we just make it work with what we have. And so hence I brought my nice sofa cushions with me because I enjoy the way that it feels. So if you're just checking in, this is my name is Tanya. I'm a studio yoga teacher. I teach many 16 classes, 5 of which are kids. I teach kids yoga too. I've been teaching and practicing for quite a long time now, teaching since 2008, practicing since 04, 05, but I've been moving since I was 4 years old through classical dance and kung fu. And I was a physique competitor, hence these things up here. I have medals for what I did back when I was younger. So anyway, this is Zen Appeal. We show up once or twice a week. This week I was blessed with some time, so we're here twice this week to offer live yoga. So let's get started. We'll move right in. So I'm going to take my nice big pillow and put it behind me. So I'm going to take a variation of Shavasana. I'm going to try to not be active as best I can. Moving into the parasympathetic nervous system. We want to be just relaxed. And arms resting down on the earth. Let me check in with the time. So just simply start to observe your body. How does it feel to be resting? How does the breath feel today? Just simply breathing. And what's showing up in the mind? And by observing, I mean we just see it for what it is and give it nothing more. As you can tell, restorative practice, we're not moving. We're just allowing our body to relax, move away from the active nervous system, the sympathetic. So normally how I feel after a full practice, I feel like I've had a nice relaxing spa treatment. I feel super relaxed. Body feels good. Interesting, I have my right thumb that seems to be active. I'm trying to take the energy out of the thumb. That's so interesting. So notice that in your own body. Do you have some part of the body that's trying to be active? Like it's revolting away from being relaxed. It's trying to rebel. Might even have to resort to changing the position of the arm to see if you can get the arms to relax. Also very interesting. Not only the thumb, I'm starting to feel little zaps in my hips. I've done a lot of extra yoga this week, so my body is probably a bit overactive this morning. I feel the zaps, left side. This is also a very quiet practice. Not much talking because you want to be able to tune into your body and find a state of yoga nidra, which is a sleep-like state or a deep, relaxed state. Start to feel some heaviness in the body, which is a good sign that my body is accepting this practice finally. getting ready to move into a fold. We'll start to pick the head up, see what's going on here. Rise up. And I'm going to move my big cushion to the front. And scooch back. So I'm going to tuck my pillow right into the belly. And moving into a fold. So first I like to just go in. My legs are, I'm keeping a little bit of space in between my heel. I guess I'm trying to accommodate my big pillow here, which is fine. I'm just trying to be relaxed anyway. I'm going to take one of my little pillows and slide underneath the knees just to give them a little bend. So that way my pelvis will start to posterior tilt, tuck under, right? And then from there, I'm going to use the other little pillow up here and start to rest forward on the chin. Resting on the chin is going to keep the neck active. So I'm going to turn my head. Then I check in with if I feel like I'm very relaxed here, or do I need something else? I'm just going to move my feet out of the way like you saw me do. You might even notice your feet here. You may have one leg, and there's a little slight external rotation in your legs, no, in my legs, if you're doing a similar shape in yours as well. So there's slight external rotation. And with that, you have one leg that's comfortable and one that might not be as comfortable. Or the leg even lies on the earth differently, one to the other. And if there's anyone here where you've been getting into this shape, into a fold, is very challenging. You might need to be supported by a wall, leaning back on the wall, because forward fold, you're very upright anyway. You can also elevate the hips to see if that helps a little bit with forward folding for you. And just a reminder, we're trying to find a yoga nidra state, which is a deep relaxed state, but we're not exactly trying to fall asleep. We're trying to keep our awareness here, noticing the body, noticing our breath. So our neck is the one place where you might find where something might come up. So it's always good to kind of change the neck. So turn it to the other side. And it's interesting because I feel my left side is giving me some resistance to relax. Maybe you notice that in your own body, that you don't feel fully relaxed today. And to be more specific, it's my left leg, hip, and the head happens to be turned the other direction. There's a little change of weight that shifts more into that leg. So I notice it even more. Some interesting sensations in the spine.